financial literacy at a very early stage. Tonight, I just want to, just to get a feel. My check. All right. So tonight, I want to get a feel of where you are in terms of your financial journey. So I want to ask this question. Let me see the hands of the persons who, on a monthly basis, make a budget. No, you can be honest. I don't like to sit down. Let me see the hands of who prepare a budget on a monthly basis. All right. So, question. For the persons who didn't raise their hands, is it that you don't know how to prepare a monthly budget? Or? That is not an excuse. That is not an excuse. Huh? If you don't have nothing to budget? No, man. All right, so that is where we're getting it wrong. A budget is just a roadmap to show you what are your incomes and what are your expenses. So you already have that in your mind, so you don't need to put it on paper, not true? Mm-hmm. All right. Can't budget that. No, man. When you put it on the paper, so when you put it down, when you write it down, that is when you start to think about the solution. So now because, we say, boy, you would have exceed your expense far exceed. And most of us would have passed through that situation. And many of us still going through that, where our expenses far exceed our income. But we're not daunted. Still write it down. Because when you put it on a paper, that is when you're going to see what is going on. You're going to see the full picture. So, when you write it down, so your income, just for example, is 200,000. And your expense gone way over that. So your expense gone 250, 300. So you operate in a deficit amount time. So that means you have to go borrow to close the gap. Not true? Or cut back. Ah. So that is one of the benefits of doing the budget. So now you're going to see where you can cut back, if it's possible. That's a big if, not true? Because some of my expenses, them just can't cut. Them call them non-discretionary expense. So your rent, your light, and all them things there. You have to pay them. Wife maintenance, you have to pay them because wife is vexed if she don't get for her own, All right. But if you're reaching at that situation, that means something have to change. Eh? Yeah, man, you have to go back to the giant board, man. When you're reaching a situation where your expenses far exceed your income, You probably either you have to go change or you live beyond your means, or you definitely just have to go change some things. You have to go probably change a job, which in a them time, I mean, them always say more dogs, more than bones, so you can't just get up and leave your work. So one of the things that I would recommend. So let's look at the income side. Income too small. See? Just for example, me do accounting work. And me have a 9 to 5 work providing a business. Because in order to grow your income, you either can sell a service or you sell a product. Then, a two way you make money, Either you sell a service, so my friend around here says she sell products. Either you sell a service or a product. So, you need to grow your income, my boss. Okay, give me the name again. Eh? Bodos. Bodos, what you do for your living? Give me the mic.
I wear a couple different hats.
You can't tell no.
Yeah, so I do flooring, hardwood flooring.
Hardwood flooring.
Yeah, and that's installation, servicing, sales, and also the driving.
The driving.
Yeah, can help myself run any steering wheel.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you work with a company or you do it on...
With a company.
You work with a...
Yeah.
But you have a whole heap of skill, man.
That's good.
Yeah. You have a whole heap of skill. All right. So you're better than most of us, my boss. You're better than most of us. You have several skills. So you do driving. You do floor. You say you do a marketing, you do sales. Sales. All right. So outside of you working for a company, you work on the side? Occasionally.
Yeah, occasionally.
Occasionally. All right. So you spend, you do a regular 9 to 5. See?
Right.
How much hours you spend working on your business?
That's based on availability. So it's not an everyday situation that I have something on the side to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, say for argument takes, I get a job outside my 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
That job can range from anywhere from, say, 20,000, 500,000, you know, and depending on the job, can even go to $1 million, 1.2, $2 million.
Okay.
But it's not an everyday situation, every month situation where you get a outside job, outside 9 to 5, that can bring in that heavy
so it's
extra
more like
income.
a ad hoc situation, and then
It is.
So maybe what you need to do is be more deliberate about it then, and see how best you can market it.
Well, yes, that can be a eye opener too. I can look at that from a different angle. But as I said to you, the flooring business is a niche business, and you're in finance, so you understand the word niche.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So you might get a job 4 times for the year or 5 times for the year, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, and that's outside a 9 to 5.
Oh.
So you wanna leave a 9 to 5 to do something like that full time?
No.
Because you might earn $200,000 this month, and then you might not earn again until the next.
And I wouldn't recommend that either. I would never recommend that. What I would always recommend is to see how best you can supplement your 9 to 5 with something on the side where you find that, boy, things now meet. Because as for me, like me as an accountant, I sell my service during the day. If somebody asks me now to prepare a financial statement for them and so forth, something that I would do on the side. Right, and that's how I would supplement 9 to 5. Because you find now that, especially in these times, the one income now work. The one income now work, especially when you work for your boss. Now, like, I don't know we can determine can determine how much you want to make in a year, you know. For our budget fixed, you know. Boss say you get X amount a month time, you know. And that's how you get. It no matter what go in a supermarket. Especially with the gas price right now, everything's sky high. How you manage? Eh? How you manage with the one source of income? With everything increasing. You have to look at ways you can supplement your income. That is one of the things that you have to do in these times. Look at ways how you can supplement your income. That's point number 1. Expenses. We're still up on the budgeting because we're looking at the elements of the budget. Now, some people want to live above their means, and that's serious. They want to drive the biggest and the most expensive cars. And they never factor in the maintenance. Worse, the monthly payment. Now you're starting out in a life. Nothing wrong with driving a big car, you know. But if you just a start, like me, we are doing a car that is almost, say half, just say half your monthly salary. Because some people are pay half of their salary in a car loan, you know. Serious things. Look, I come across some things in our accounts and it's so shameful for talk. I see people pay a slip and a $0 them are going with. So I wonder how they survive. They have to supplement their income. So, managing your expenses is critical. And then there's this thing with them calling lifestyle inflation. See? Where as you get a look raise, you feel like, boy, you need to reward yourself, you know? So you know what? It usually take you, say, $200,000 for run the house a month time. Now it a cost you $250, $300 because you get a $50,000 or $100,000 increase. So you see that the increase you get, you basically gone back in an expense. So how you move forward? When you move forward? Because Bishop does speak about provision and making provision for the family. No, provision is where you save, you know. Because no matter how much you're earning, if you're not saving anything, you're not making any provision. So the thing, as me say, lifestyle inflation, I have to watch those things. If you get an increase, maintain your expense, and just save the difference. And nothing is wrong with rewarding yourself, you know. But over time, you know, I was looking up just looking up what it means to be financially independent. You know, ever hear the term before, financially independent? You know what it means to be financially independent? All right, so this is a definition. So financial independence is the state where an individual has accumulated sufficient assets, investments, or passive income to cover their living expenses without the need for a traditional job. That is where we want to go. Each and every one supposed to be striving to be financially independent. So that means you work because you want to work. You work because you love the job.
If I could just add something to what you are saying, in Luke 3 verse 14, Jesus made a statement, right? It says, and the soldiers likewise demanded of him, saying, what shall we do? And he said unto them, do violence to no man, neither accuse any falsely. But we're not looking at those two. Look at this third one now. Anybody find it? It's on the screen. Read what the last part says. And what? It don't sound like everybody I read, man. And be content with your wages. That means to strengthen what Brother Dwight is saying. Right? We have to learn to live within our means.
Thank you for that. Be content with your wages. Why enough of us not going to be content enough of us? No one not. But I understand the principle. It means that you have to try to live within your means. Even though you want your wages to increase. But the thing is that you want your wages to increase and your expense to decrease. And that's how you accumulate the surplus. Because we are trying to be financially independent. You see,
I have a question. What advice would you give to somebody that before they were working, right? They were surviving, but now that they are working, they are complaining about not having any money, or them can't see them way.
That's a very important question, Pastor, because I remember even when I was going to school, and I was talking to one of the teachers, and I said, boy, things hard. And I said, you're a teacher. You have a good job. And yet you're complaining. Say things hard. Little did I know that when I started to work and the reality come home, see, I find myself in a same position. The same position. So to answer the question, Pastor, sometimes when we not working, we try to manage, try to budget. With the look that we get, we manage it wisely. But now, because we're working now, we have this a shift in our mindset to say, boy, I'm supposed to enjoy the labor of my work. So, I want to live big more than what the income is able to afford. So you see the word content, it boils down back to the same thing about being content with your wage. Because if you allow your expenses to creep up because you start work now, see, you're going to find yourself in the same position because your expenses have now exceeded your income and you can't survive. That is why it's important to manage your finances properly. That is why it's important to budget. A budget is like a road map. This is where you set out. This is what I'm going to do on a monthly. The ladies, they have these things spot, you know. Man, I don't know about man. Them just feel like, say, boy, a few meal you find where really sit down and organize their finances. The ladies, they are wonderful at these things. But try it. Write down your income. Even though it's not might not be enough. Write it down. Write down your expenses. And remember, when you are doing a budget, you are doing a projection. So, if the insurance drew, say 6 months down the road, see, remember, say you need to start make preparation for the insurance down the road, see? So now because the insurance not due this amount, and I mean say you don't need to make any preparation for it. So if the insurance say is $60,000 and that needs to be paid in 6 months' time, you need to start put aside $10,000. So in that budget, you're going to have an expense for your insurance. Now, ideally, you want to put that in an account where you don't touch. Because 6 months down the road, when the insurance due, you're supposed to have close to that money. Or else, you're going to have to borrow it. I use a credit card. And that, trust me, is the next problem. That in itself is a big problem. The credit card. Listen me, you can't live on credit card and survive. 54%, 58%, 60%. Oh, you survive on them money there. And most persons don't pay off their credit card when they use it. If you can't pay your credit card, that means you're not managing your finances properly.
Question, Sir Dwight, because
Yeah.
I have an accountant at the office, and she have about 3 credit cards. And she always said to me, say, Mr. Woodhouse, credit cards are not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Just if you are learning into the temptation of using them constantly and not paying them, because what she do, when she purchases something with an item of her credit card, before the statement is due, she pay that bill.
True.
So no interest is accrued on that money.
True.
Right. So I won't tell somebody, say, listen, having a credit card is a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just you want to try avoid the temptation of always swiping.
And I will never tell you that having a credit card is a bad thing either, But if you cannot manage it, it's a bad thing for you. Because if you can manage a credit card wisely, your credit card can actually be like some free money that you can use. But that's only if you can manage it properly. But what I see that most persons doing these days, they just make the minimum payment on their credit card. And before you know it, the bank calling them because they reach over limit, and then over limit fees start accumulate. And then the next thing is that the bank will say, boy, I see you having some challenges managing your credit card, we can offer you a debt consolidation loan. But I work with banks for years, so I know them operate. So now, them consolidate your debt, and you pay off your credit card. Because this happened to one of my friends, Him get a cancel loan and clear off his credit card. And before you know it, the credit card balance be back at the same place. And now him have a loan plus the credit card. So I said to him, I said, boy, listen me. You sure you want to go the debt consolidation route? Because the only way it could have worked unless him get rid of the credit card. So if you reach as a stage where your credit card bad and the bank offer you a debt consolidation loan, it's either the loan or the credit card. But you can't have the loan and the credit card at the same time. Because the temptation, I tell you again, I don't know about the banks, know how to trick with. See? I can guarantee you that before you know it, you end up with a debt consolidation loan and a credit card.
So I'm listening very attentively, and I want to make reference back to that same Luke 3 verse 14. I believe that we must learn to manage small things and establish certain principles that as you used a term a while ago, like when like you'd have step up in a life, so your
Lifestyle, yeah.
lifestyle inflation,
Yeah.
right? I believe in order to avoid getting caught in that trap is to maintain certain discipline.
True.
So, for example, you are working and you are carrying home $120,000 monthly, but then you get an increase and your salary gone up to 150. Instead of inflating your lifestyle, you could say, you know what, let this additional 30 become an investment now, you know. So instead of using that 30, because one of the things I realize with money is you can be here and you not have no ideas in your head when you don't have no money. But as soon as you receive it, even if right now one of us get a call and somebody say, you know, I have $1 million to give you. Remember, you never have planned for it, you know. But as soon as you get it, all sort of thoughts start to flow through your head. And you must find a way to use it. But if we can discipline ourselves and say, you know what, I'm not going to use this money. I'm going to put it aside. And can you imagine every month you put away that $30,000? In 1 year you have almost $400,000, you know.
True.
So I believe we should look also at the discipline. And it's the same thing with the credit card.
True. 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 That's a very important point. That's a very important point. So when you get an increase, put aside that increase. Use that increase to fuel another source of income. Now, what I mean by that? Back in the days, you usually can survive from investment. One time, when I was growing up, you get 25%, 20% interest on your money. No, you're not getting any interest on your money, you know. Investment interest. No, if you get 1%, you get enough. So, what you have to be doing now is looking for opportunities. You get an increase. I don't know how many persons, like, if you participate in a stock market, if you watch what is going on in terms of investments and all of those things. But one of the fastest ways to build wealth is through investment in stocks. Now, when I was growing up, I was so amazed with, you know, when them come up on business rules, I read and them tell about the advances and the decline and all them something. No, it's not as difficult as it might sound. See? All you need to do is just go to one of the brokers, ask them for open a broker account for you. See? And then you buy stock that you know will be around long after you're gone. Cement company. Highway 2000. Yeah. You know, I can tell you, you know, I don't remember if you know when Trans Jamaica Highway did their IPO. If you follow in the news, you know how much Trans Jamaica Highway came out at? $1.41. $1.41. It came out at. Just imagine if you had purchased 100,000 units. I would have cost you 141,000 plus some local change. Maybe just 150,000. You know how much it a trade at today? The stock went as far as $7. Just multiply. How much return on your investment that yeah, so that you see? And that is just Trans Jamaica. So, but it's not everybody I go like the stock market thing. But if it's something that you're interested in, seeing, I would say to you, purchase like good company like a Grace Kennedy, your cement company, all of those stable company, your separate. And one of the things that I love about the stock market too is that you get dividend. While you get capital appreciation, that's just pure movement in the stock price. So you buy it for, say, $1 and it go $3. You make, if you sell it at $3 and you buy it for $1, you make a gain of $2 for each stock that you purchase. See? While you can get that, there are also stocks that pay a dividend. So like every quarter, some pay it, every 6 months, some pay annually. Based on the company profit, they will send you a local check. No, them not send check. I remember the first check me get, Pastor. I think it was about some $2 something. No man, Jamaican. That's when me just started. No, you're right. No, my wife said to me, when me give her this to deposit, she said that, how will you give me this video? Not even the paper where they print up, the paper that it print on. It can't buy. No, but over time, by gradually and consistently investing, she can't say that again to me, not true? That same $2, because of the consistency and you add. You're getting nice size checks that can pay your light bill. You see the thing when they call it passive income? We just speak to it about passive income. Because financial independence, are where we want to achieve, that is where all of us want to go. We're in, if something should happen tomorrow, we're not struggling. We still can survive. God forbid something should happen tomorrow. How much of us can survive? We might have insurance. You live by faith. But right now, Zine, faith without work is dead. Zine? So right now, you see when you get the increase, I would advise you not to spend all of the increase. Open a local investment account, put some in a local Transjam or Grace Kennedy, and then every month or every time when they pay a dividend, you get a local check. No spend the check. Invest it back. See, and gradually, you'll reach at a stage where you're getting dividend that can pay your bills. No, this not got more overnight, no, make go slowly. But it's patient. But it can happen. See, people are collect checking $1 million. One time I do an audit. And this was an investment audit I was doing. And I look at some dividend checks for a pension fund. Pension fund, I collect dividend check bigger than my salary for the year. And that's just one company because of the amount of volume where them have in terms of units where them invest in.
So, question, Sir Dwight, that same investment you're speaking about for the pension fund, when that period comes in, pensioners benefit from that?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Remember the pension fund, is you putting in your money and they pull in all your money
And they invest on
and
your
they
behalf.
invest the money. And then that's how you can get a payout from the scheme.
Yeah, when you reach
Your retirement age. So they are managing your money. And just like that, so they are managing your money for you, So while you're still contributing to your pension, you do something on the side which is managing your money at the same time. Because if you manage your money, it better, Because the thing is that they are charging fees to manage your money for you,
Unknown to you.
Unknown to you. But if you manage your money, it's better for you because you won't have to pay anybody any fee. Although you might have to pay the local fee them for buy the stock and all them something there. But over time, it's better off for you because the other thing is that the investment would be in your name. See? So
Direct.
when you buy early into a company and it accumulates over time, see, in the long run, it benefits you more because you get your dividend check increase over time and your capital appreciation increase over time. Yeah.
All right, so I have a question. If I want $100,000 in 5 months, and we can say do the maths easily, save on 20 grand a month. Someone that you a partner then basically. Now, you think it's wise to make a long-term investment with that $20,000 on a monthly basis rather than showing a partner for 5 months? So someone can get 100,000.
Well, you're not getting any money from the partner money,
Because the bank will get all them fee too.
The bank will get all them fee out of it. So you end up getting less than what you actually put in. No, I don't knock partners because we know say so enough people.
A small people thing.
A small people thing. And then the benefit of the partner is that you can get an early draw. So if you get an early draw now and you have something to deal with, you can deal with it. And you continue to show. That's a benefit with the partner. Because either you'd have to go wait for the year to accumulate all of the money at once. So it works,
Yes.
It works. But it depends on your intention. Because if you just a plan to accumulate the money, to invest it, for probably, all right, say you wait and say, you just accumulate the money to buy something like you want buy maybe a piece of land or something, see? That can work. But you see, if you just accumulate some funds for your savings then, I would suggest that instead of putting the money in our partner, buy some investment. Put the money in our investment account and buy the investment monthly, over time. And so you will start make some money, start get some dividend, and then you can reinvest and you think accumulate. Rather than now, I'll put it in a partner plan, see, and at the end of the period, you end up getting less than what you actually put in.
All right.
So it depends on your intention still. Yeah.
So, my question is, why is it so difficult to look at a $1 the same way you look at $1 million? or to treat a $1 the same way you treat $1 million. And the thinking behind it is, like, I've realized that many persons, if them say $1 upon the road, them all kiss them teeth pass it. Right? But nobody now pass $1 million throw down and take it up. So what caused it to be so difficult, like in terms of the treatment?
I think, well, in Jamaica right now, $1 can't ever buy a sweetie. See? It's not like US where you know the money have value. See? Where people can, $1 can actually buy something. So people are say, boy, that don't really have no value. So it don't make no sense. But to me, it boils down to your understanding of money. See? If you understand that $1 million start with just $1, you will appreciate it. And you will see that this dollar, you can, even though it's going to take you for a long time, even though it's going to take you a long time, see, but you can do something with $1. $1. So if you really have to understand that do it no big.
I intentionally coined the question that way because I was bringing out a point, and you hear her say, "No man, sir, put it at $100, man," right? Because the truth is, as Sir Dwight said a while ago, $1 million start with $1, but we don't see $1 as anything valuable. You know when a $1 become valuable most of the time, make you buy something and you're short one little coin.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man, it's true. All right. I want to touch on a few other things. I think we would have touched on loans. I want to say, though, loans, if used in the right way, it can be a good thing. A good thing. If you use loan, I talk about the credit card, but if you use loan in the right way, it can be a good thing. Now, how you use loan in the right way? You acquire income producing assets. So you acquire land, house, businesses. Loan is not to be used to fund your living expenses. And that's why we have problem with the credit card, because they're using the loan to fund their living expenses. Now, if your income not covering your living expenses, you have to fix it. It's like you're putting a band-aid over a sore. Now, one of the things that I tell people, the biggest investment you can make is in yourself. So if you borrow a loan, go back to school, educate yourself. That's such a wonderful thing. Never stop learning. Always retooling yourself. That's the only way forward. Always retooling yourself. Always learning. And if you are taking a loan, as I say, ensure that it is for income producing assets. You take a mortgage, buy a property. You can live in that property. You can rent it out. See? Even that property will eventually be able to pay the loan if you know what you're doing and you're doing it right. See? So it don't becomes a burden. All right? I don't want to just pass my time.
I would like for you to go a little deeper in that because I'm listening, and when you touch on loan, I realize a lot of persons are very quiet, and me wish somebody did hold up them hand, right, and say something. Because many of us, you see, sister, that down there laugh.
You can ask me a question, you know? That's what I'm
Many of us get excited about loans. And
you can ask me a question.
And the truth is, most of us borrow to fund our lifestyle. And that is one of the don'ts about a loan. And sometimes we borrow to clear off one loan.
Consolidation.
And we put ourselves in more debt.
Debt cancel. That one is you like it touch. But it's true. Loans, as I said, it's supposed to use for productive assets. Now, you have to operate like a company. Just as how a company operates, if you operate as an individual, that's how you have to operate as a company. So, when a company decide to borrow, they do them analysis and them determine how much them can make, or how much the loan is going to cost over time, and how much they will make from it. So no decision to borrow is taken until them realize that, boy, whatever they are going to invest the money in is able to generate sufficient return to cover the loan and make a profit. And that's how company operates. So,
Give her a mic.
Mm-hmm.
So, in regards to the stocks,
Mm-hmm.
can we buy? Okay. All right. Thank you. In regards to the stocks, can I bypass the broker and do it myself?
Unfortunately, no. All right, so how the system is set up, you have to go through a broker. And that is how the system works. And the broker have to make them money. So you cannot go directly to the stock exchange and buy stock. So it's like you would have to submit a request to the broker, and then the broker submit the request to the stock exchange. And that's how you can buy it. Unfortunately, that's the way it works. But I mean, there are a lot of brokers in Jamaica, and they don't charge a lot. So the fee is not that big. If you're worrying about, the fee eating out your money, it's not that big. And the truth is, though, you see, when the companies like have IPOs, like when they go in public, you can basically buy those stocks at a cheaper price. The fees that you would normally pay, most of those fees are waived. You still have a few fees, but most of those fees are waived. So that is a next way to get in at a cheaper price.
Okay, sir. Thank you for that. So, in regards again, me don't know not much about it, about 2 years ago now. Stocks, it just a come to me, and me I say, one never gambling this lad. But me ask somebody and they say, no, an investment. So last year again it come to me. I say, Lord Jesus, me no used to this as near, So me glad you bring it up tonight, sir. Because I'm very much interested. So tell me something now. Away from the broker, am I going to need a financial advisor? Or just talk to the broker or talk to you, the accountant, or something?
No, man, you can talk to the brokers, because the brokers, they normally offer advice too.
Oh.
So they will have all their list of recommended stocks, because one of the things that they normally do before even they would submit a request. Before they submit a request, they would do an assessment to understand your risk profile. Because they say stock is more riskier. Yes, stock is more riskier. So they would do an assessment to understand your risk profile. And then if they determine that you're suitable, they would buy it on your behalf. Yeah. So you can, as I said, submit your requests through them, and they would do your analysis, recommend what's the stock best for you, and they would buy it on your behalf. And a lot of persons, let me just explain something to you in terms of stock, because some people might think that stock is a gambling and thing like that. Stock is no gambling. So a company is represented on paper as stocks. See? You have a big company like Grace Kennedy, separate and all of those things, those companies. So the ownership in the company is represented as a stock. See? So it depends on how many stock the company have outstanding. So when you buy a stock, what you're buying is a part of the company. So you're buying a part of the company's performance. So this is no gambling. You know, the big Grace Kennedy, the big cement company, all of those companies, they exist and they generate money on a daily basis. So all you're doing is buying the right to some of that cash flow that the company is generating, some of that money that the company is generating.
No, sir. That not so not like cashback.
Cashback never cashback. I don't know what cashback invest their money in or what they own, but you're looking at a company like cement company. you can see the assets out there. You see what is performing. You see what they're generating. They're making cement. You know that there's a business exists there. Unlike cash cash plus or what they want to talk about, where people don't know where the money they're investing out.
Yes, but it will happen. I support Sister Heather. I mean, Sister Heather, support what she's saying, because here what happen now. Even the lotto company, because they are listed.
Yeah,
they are listed.
Yeah,
so
but I mean, personally, me not buy Supreme Venture.
yes, but I'm saying, remember,
Yeah,
it's a stock.
it's a
So
stock.
they are listed.
And it's a
So
company.
as a Christian,
But as a
want to
Christian,
invest or buy into.
yeah, for religious reason, I
Right.
don't invest in those company. I could never invest in a cigarette company, because if me invest in a company, I want it to do well. And if cigarette company is going to do well, it means that them have to go sell more cigarette.
But them do very well.
But them have to go sell more. So you see that now that goes against my principle.
Okay.
I think what we need to get, brethren, is stocks is just owning a percentage in a company. And when the business does well, everybody get a percentage of the profit. And if the business don't do well, then you're going to lose. There's a question online. If I have $1 million to invest in stock right now, which company or companies would you recommend?
Mapuro Investments.
Listen, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a financial advisor. Speak to your broker. So you can approach any one of the brokers, JMD, NCB Capital Market, all of them.
Give me a hint off the record. Give me a hint off the record.
So you can approach them and tell them that you're interested in buying stock. You have $1 million, and they will assess your suitability, and they will recommend a list of stock.
So that person is online. I hope they have heard that. Brethren, I kinda feel a bit uncomfortably disappointed. I'm going to tell you know why. Me I expect say bringing Brother Dwight here, someone who can spend money good, overspend and struggle financially and something, only than ask certain questions that are addressing issues. That's what we really want for sooner do, you know. But we not say nothing.
Excuse me.
Hold on, Sister Mel and then Tammy and then Sister Stacy.
They're coming, Pastor. They're coming.
Yeah, blessings everybody. You use the term risk profile. What would let a person fall in that category?
The risk profile? All right, so your risk profile is basically an assessment of your attitude and your capacity to take risk. So you have some people risky, some people like moderate, and some people can't manage no risk, none at all. All right, let me use an example to explain what I'm saying. So, if you're close to retirement, you don't have a job, you're depending on the income from your investment, you are low risk. Because if you should lose that money, you're basically dead for hungry. Because that is what you're depending on. See? You only have one source, which is your investment. So, an investment advisor would not recommend stock for you. They would recommend something that is more stable. Maybe one CD, one bank CD where you know you get a constant return constant interest on your money month over month, and there is no risk of losing a principal. Because the thing with the stock now is that sometimes it goes down, so you put in $1 million and it drop to 500,000. You say, "Wow, God, I lose my money," and you run go dry it out. So, but so if you can hold it now, you can hold it. You would have be probably moderate or more higher risk because you will hold it. But somebody will know where, as them it drop, they want to go sell it and collect the money. Them are low risk. You wouldn't recommend to stock for them. So that is what is meant by your risk profile. So it depends on your capacity and your attitude towards risk. Some people will have all their house and sell it and buy stock, you know. Then people are risky. And some people put their money in a cash plus, sell their house and put it in a cash plus. That was a risky decision. So the people there are risky people. Any more questions? Yeah, man, you can ask me any question about investment. If I don't have the answer, I'll get it for you. Okay? I'll pass it on. No, man, I'm an accountant.
Okay. What makes you qualified to do investment? Are there any requirements? And what's the minimum you can invest in stocks?
Okay. All right. So, the brokerage, they set their minimum limits. But I think in Jamaica, you can start as low as probably $20,000. Yeah, so you can start as low as 20,000 Jamaican dollars. There are different brokerage house, like the big ones like Mayberry. You have $1 million over SNO. I see you. But you have like JMD and you have JNFM and all of them on there. They will start with whatever you have small and you keep accumulate it over time. So you can start tomorrow morning with your $20,000 if you're not already start. Well, that is that is an next risky one. That is the next risky one. I don't advise people to borrow and invest. For one reason, sometimes the interest that you're paying on the investment is more than what you're making on the investment, which is whatever you invested in. So, but if you are in a position where you know that if I borrow, I'm borrowing at like, say, 19%, but I can make 50% per my investment, nothing is wrong with that. But you would have to assess it to say, boy, how much I'm going to pay in interest and how much I'm going to receive from the investment. And that is how you determine whether or not you want to borrow to invest.
So the other part of the question now, what makes you qualified? Because it seems as if the risk factor, I don't know if that is the same thing.
Okay, what determine whether or not you should invest in stock?
Right.
That is what you want to ask?
Or it sounds something familiar to the risk.
Because I'm going to tell you that not everybody have the appetite for stock.
Okay.
So what makes you qualify is, one, you have to be able to, I would say, have some level of risk tolerance.
In other words, you have to be able to can stand losses.
Yes. That is the word. Say, I mean, you buy tomorrow and it dip. You don't get frightened and go sell off your investment, because if you pull out when it dip, you're going to make a loss. You're crystallizing a loss. So persons who have that type of attitude, I wouldn't recommend that they invest in stock. I would say probably look at mutual funds, look at CDs and all of them other investment there, but not stock. Them call the same certificate of deposit, the ones that banks offer. Like them call it fixed deposits. But that don't make no sense right now. Inflation are like 6%. And you're probably getting 2-3%, and it don't really make any sense. Yeah, but it's secure. And some people just want that to know that boy, their money is secure. But you have to take some risks in your life too, you know.
You have long-term investments versus short-term. So it really minimizes your risk, because you have guaranteed investments you can do for 5 years, 3 to 5 years, which guarantees you a return on your money. And it's very low risk.
True.
So for the question that the sister asked up there, you can invest long-term without the risk.
Every investment carries risk. Every investment carries risk. But it just depends on the level of risk.
All right. So I have a stock portfolio, but I don't really pay it any mind, so I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what's going on with it. So I really appreciate these, dialogues tonight, because now I'm going to I decided to, pay more attention to it, and probably move from moderate to probably aggressive. Exactly, because it's just there. It's just there. I'm not the one managing it, so therefore it's just there every month. It's just there. They do send me statements every month, but it's just I've not been looking at it, because I said, well, it just stay there. But hearing this now, I think, and you can go in more than one different banks, right? Because I have it with Barita Investment. I do have a JMD account, so I think now hearing this, I'm going to invest in the JMB to see, if they can do a better or even more, so I can probably get dividends check. Because if I'm getting dividends check, it's probably just go back to the account at Barita, because they don't send it directly to me.
The thing with that is that you would have to complete a dividend mandate. Basically, that's just an instruction to say to them that they're supposed to send the dividend to your account. So that you can ask them for that, a dividend mandate form. So you fill out your bank account details on it and so forth. And money will come directly to your bank account. So you just open your account one morning and you say, oh, you get that dividend, you get some money. Sometimes you not even realize it's coming. You just open your account and, oh, you see some money in your account.
I didn't know about the dividends part, so, thanks for letting me know that part, because probably they just put it back in the investment.
Yeah, it depends. One other thing though, I would advise you to know which stocks are in your portfolio And, just keep abreast of what is going on with the company and so forth. I know that not everybody is going to follow the company, but try at least know which company you invest in. Because at least you can support them too. Because if you invest in a Grace, you buy Grace product. If you love Grace product. Yeah. And if you drive on the highway, you're benefiting. So you support. I say it work.
Blessings. So, as it relates to when you're saying we must work towards the passive income, that is a good point. And in order to start that, we have to start from being content with our wages, as Pastor stated, and the scripture stated also. The next thing, in order to have the right spirit to that, you have to be a high risk taker. Or you can start from being a low risk taker and then eventually you gradually grow. And then as it relates to the stocks, if your broker see that you not afraid to take risk, like you invest $1 million and then it goes to the 500,000, your broker can also coach you and say, hey, do this and try to implement this strategy. And if it works and you get, say, a 0.5 upon $1 million, if you did withdraw that, you would understand. And sometimes you can't have too much pride. So you have to put the pride aside and you have to can start small. And remember with, sir, brother, what else? Remember when the conversation started and you were saying like, how you could do it. Sometimes you can really start small and you can improvise your own ideas and learn from others. So one day I go work on $150 for fear, and every day I spend the $50 them, and one day I say I go be disciplined and save them. I call it all a name, pink money. And I check them day before yesterday, 15,050. Eh? I take taxi every day, go to work and bus. Yes. But I get the driver $200. So each time I get my 50, all right, the way I take the $50 saving, serious. If I go to shop and I spend $1,000 and I get majority of $50, I now spend it. And then I start a new one now, what I call it purple money. So I have a buckle, 500. And then I open a VMBS account. My friend told me about it. I save. So every month I save 5,000 and now I have access to it to 1 year time. I have other things I do, but I have to make the sacrifice. Yeah. Yeah. I have to make the start.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I love that.
Yes, a good night, sir.
Night.
I come a little late. I'm not sure if you mentioned it earlier about crypto, about cryptocurrency.
I've heard about it, but it's not really available in Jamaica. But it's not something that I would recommend.
Well, I kind of attempted it. So the follow-up question would have been, because I see on YouTube where you use AI. So for anybody who doesn't really know, it's like you invest in stocks online. So instead of like paying even physical money, everything is done online. Because the world moving to a technological era.
Sure.
So when in my attempt in doing it, it has to use 2 applications because it's highly secure. You understand?
Yeah.
Because it's money. So they give you a demo account to practice. So you'll find that you make a lot of US because you trade in US. So you're mining like you're buying stocks in gold, all those products and things. So you don't really like see Jamaican things, you see like on a more worldwide basis. So at one point it seems like you're making your way and it shows in candles. So the green mean, I think when it go up here, sell, when it's up, or buy, and when it go down, you sell. And the thing is, I realize it start going back in, while it go up, it go back into the negative. But on YouTube now, they're saying that there's an AI that could have predicted, like highly predicted, to take the profit. So I wasn't sure how true it is.
All right, you see, let me tell you, me I like from the old school in terms of my money. And I love to invest in things that I understand. You see, crypto, I don't know which asset or what gives crypto the value that it have. See, with a stock, you can determine the value by computing what the company value, the expected cash flow that you can get from it, and you can arrive at a market value for it. Same way with the house and the land, you can get an investment, you can get a valuator to come and value it, and the house can disappear. So you know what? These are the things that I invest my money in, because I know what determine the value. I like Warren Buffett, old school people. You don't have to invest in everything, you know. You just invest in what you understand. You don't need to follow everything. Invest in what you understand. So you see crypto, and me people say them do like foreign FX trading and all and something. Me not understand how them arrive at the value. Somebody just hold my corner.
All right, Sister Stacy, and then there's a question online. All right, so Sister Stacy, go and then I'll read the question after.
Okay. Another question. This stock thing, I've heard about it before. Know that you're speaking on it, it kind of pulled me little interest. But for somebody like me now, that got scammed already, because I was scammed 44,000 already, and just the 44,000 nearly lit me chip. Him can tell you, it nearly lit me chip. So now, for me to invest in stocks, I know you say you're not an advisor, but I am asking you now, should I invest in stock? What company would you recommend I invest in that? What company would you recommend? And because you say one of them bank, them minimum a million, which bank or which investment company?
That's
Yeah, so I'm going to go Mayberry in.
You have to have $1 million to be able to buy stock through Mayberry. But you have other companies, other brokerage house that allow you to start with a minimum of $20,000. Now, in terms of what stock to invest in, that I can't tell you. Talk to your financial advisor. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so I'm not allowed to give investment advice publicly.
All right, in your opinion, in your honest opinion, being for someone like me that I said I got scammed, me not 200%, I go really want to trust money again, because right now I can't even not trust to put my information and banking information online. But more I really want to invest. So what you think an advisor would actually tell me not to go ahead to do this investment?
No,
or would actually give me good advice?
I mean, the thing is that you were scammed, but I mean, under what circumstances? We don't really understand that. But the truth is, you're dealing with licensed institutions that are regulated. Although we know that, boy, some of them can be. But they would even though you were a scam, seeing, you will have to, they would still look at you, look at your income, look at, I mean, yeah, a whole lot of people get scammed before.
Yes.
And then, you know, they're able to pick up and invest, because the truth is, you really have to invest if you want to move forward, see? So invest, they would look at you and then now determine what they would recommend for you. Because maybe with the fact that you were a scam, you are a bit timid, so you would want something more safe to put your money in. And they have things that you can invest in that are much more safer than stock. All right.
All right. So, hold on. There's a question online. The question is, what's the best way to clear 2 fixed loans while on one source of income?
2 fixed loans.
What's the best way to clear 2 fixed loans while on one source of income?
That's very blurry. But let me see if I can put some scenarios to that. 2 fixed loan. Right. And one source of income. So we're saying that, boy, there's not enough income to manage these loans. Well, as somebody mentioned, that you might have to try consolidation. You can approach a bank and tell them that you're having some challenges. And they will look at it and say, boy, you know, we could consolidate. They give you a longer period to pay it off. So if, for example, you're on like a 3-year loan, they might say, all right, we will consolidate and stretch it out a little bit, so they might give you a 6-year payment period. And they will reduce the monthly payment. So say, for example, if those 2 loans costing you, say, $50,000 a month time, they may be able to consolidate and bring it down to probably 30,000, but you have a longer period. The drawback to that, though, is over time, you pay more interest, but it becomes more bearable to you. And even though the monthly payment is 30,000 now, you still can make an additional payment when you find the cash to, yeah, like a lump sum payment to clear it off over time. Yeah.
Okay, I hope that person's question is answered. So, in other words, you are saying the consolidation is to merge both loans and change up the term, the payment terms, and the time period.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Sister Tamian.
Greetings, everybody. All right, you spoke about financial independence, right? Question. Everybody in here want to be financially independent. What are some steps, or what is the first step you will take to be financially independent?
All right. So it comes back to what I was saying earlier about the budgeting, understanding your cash flow, your ins and outs. Your in, your income, and your out, your expenses. And when you're looking at your income and your expenses, at the end of the month, you're supposed to have some surplus funds. See? No point in time, your expenses supposed to be exceeding your income. If that is happening, you are living above your means. So you need to start cutting back on your expenses or find ways to grow your income. Now, ideally, you want a situation where your income is exceeding your expenses, and that gives you surplus funds. Now, when you have surplus now, that is where you start to build up your investments, because your investment is what is going to earn you passive income. That means it's going to be working for you while you're not working. That money is generating some funds that can be used to cover your expense. So that is how you want to, that is how you want to develop a roadmap to get to financial independence. So having surplus funds and then start gradually investing those surplus funds. So we talk about stock, but you can talk about real estate too. So having enough, you can buy property. And then you buy property, you rent it out, you get those incomes, and you can reinvest and reinvest and reinvest. And it's a cycle, and you continue. But that's how you're going to be able to become financially independent. It's not going to happen now. It's a long-term plan, but you have to start somewhere. And the thing is that as you get older, your income, all right, so there's a thing, there's a rule of thumb that as you get older, your income composition is supposed to change. So more and more of your income supposed to be passive income. That means income that you're not working for, because eventually, when you reach retirement, you can't work, and it's your investment that you're going to be able, you're going to live from. So, as you grow older, you're supposed to be putting aside money in order for that money to work for you. So, in your 20s, see, you're working now, buy some investment, and then when you reach 40, you have a good amount of income coming in from passive sources. And you gradually, eventually you reach at a stage where you don't have to work. You can retire. Like Bolt. Yeah, man, you can retire if you have enough income that can meet all your living expenses. All right. Hope that answered the question.
Okay, and I think I haven't heard you mention pension.
Yeah,
So
you know, I have it on the list that I wanted to touch on. Well, for those who are employed, most organizations have a pension plan. Most, not all, but most organizations have a pension plan. Now, they will tell you that some of them have a minimum of 5%, depending that you have to contribute 5% of your salary towards at the minimum. But the law allows you to contribute up to 20% of your income to a pension fund. Now, most persons stick to the minimum. But if you have the capacity, I would recommend that you go above the minimum. So you go 10, 15. And if you can max it out, because some people max it out, you know. Because what that does over time, it's building up funds for you. You're building up funds that when you reach retirement, you can use that money. Because right when you reach retirement, what they are going to do is tell you that, boy, you have 20 million, 40 million that is here for you. So they're going to use that money now to buy an investment, and that investment pays you over time. Now, the thing about with the pension is that too, is that there is a benefit that it is tax deferred. In that, when the pension amount comes out of your income before the tax is calculated, so you get a saving there. You get a savings because it comes out before the tax. You pay income tax and all of those things. But your pension comes out before all of those taxes calculated. So you benefit there. For those who are self-employed, like Pastor now, there is what you call individual retirement scheme. So when I was at JN, they had the JNIRS. There is also COK, they offer that. So what you would have to do is just sign up with them, and on a monthly basis, you go and you pay your pension. It's like you're doing an investment, and they will invest that money for you. And when you reach retirement now, you get that money. Now you can buy some investment and thing. So I would encourage, especially the self-employed people. They don't think about these things, but I will encourage them to get the individual retirement, because you're not in a workplace situation where it's mandatory. Because most organizations, when you're in a workplace situation, it's mandatory that you contribute towards a pension. But the persons who are self-employed, they now will have to do that for themselves. Set up their own retirement scheme, go and talk to the individual people, and then they will ask them to, sign a salary deduction form or whatever, and the money goes over and they invest it on your behalf. Yeah.
Okay, so I know that the government had this thing where you only can have one pension apart from the NIS pension. Has that changed?
One pension?
Yes.
The thing is that what I've heard in terms of pension is that you are not allowed to contribute to more than one pension fund. That's what I've heard. You're not allowed to contribute to more than one pension fund. But in terms of pension now, I don't know if there is any restriction in terms of whether you can have, because persons can work abroad and them come to Jamaica, them would contribute over there and then come out here and them contribute. When they reach retirement, they might get a pension from abroad and they might get out here too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if they should do one of the same self-employed one that you are recommending, I don't think the government would tell you that you can't get more than. I think I think it's more like one government agency that automatically removes that pension from your salary. But if you go and sign up, it's just like life insurance then, right? The government can't tell you how much life insurance policy to have. You understand? And maybe your workplace may have an insurance policy, but say where you work, they give you that insurance policy. You can still go sign up with Sagicor and this one and that one and that one, because it's your money and you are investing in your future.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, there's also there's a thing in Jamaica, I was doing, because I was doing some review some time ago, and one of the statistics that was so alarming about pension is that they were saying that less than 10% of the employed labor force actually contribute to a pension scheme. Less than 10%, so 90% of Jamaicans don't know what they're going to survive on when they reach retirement. So we have a big issue in this country. And the thing is that too, you always have to bear in mind that your pension is not going to be sufficient. It's not. So you have to be able to supplement that with something else. So start thinking about that from now too. Whether you're going to have some stocks or you're going to do some real estate or something. But you have to be thinking about that. Say, boy, your pension alone not going to cut it. Because JPS bill alone, JPS alone. We have to go, I'll go solar. Yeah. A JPS thing no normal now. I want a commission. Because I'm move on dinner now. So, financial independence is something that we can achieve. We all can achieve it. But we have to be deliberate about it and manage our finances properly. A lot of us too loose with our finances. Mm-hmm.
Wait. All right. Me young, you a bit older, right?
Mm-hmm. Take your time, man. Take your time.
Yeah. Talking about yeah. Oh, you would have changed. Oh, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How would you change? All right. Not how would you change. The first thing, like we have different thinking, right? Me you think different about money. Me can't see that.
Mm-hmm.
My first thinking, I for buy something. Your first thinking is not that. Or you would have, like, for instance, tell me to change my thinking. If you understand what I mean, you understand what I mean, though?
Yeah. Eh? No. No. she.
No, all right. Let me
No,
rephrase
I understand what she said. You know, I understand what she said, man. So, yeah. So, your thinking is when you get money, you want to spend it.
Right.
And you said me have a different mindset. All right, cool. But the thing is that you have to have a goal.
Yeah, but sometimes you have the goal.
Listen, money hard for work, you know. Money hard for work. So spending money not supposed to come lightly. Although it's easy for go, it's easy for go, but come on. Some people need to just be more responsible and disciplined. And that's why I said that you have to, the budget. Do your budget, do your monthly budget. Look at what your expenses are. Look at what. And then what I would advise you to do if you are one of those persons who don't have any self-control, make investment automatic. See? So what you could do is do like a standing order on your account. So it's sign up with the bank, and every month when the salary hit the 25th of the month, a portion of that comes out, and that goes into towards your investment account. And believe you me, you're not going to remember say it did it. So you can do that. And that kind of force you to save. Make your investment automatic.
All right, sir. You can give me a financial habit like. May I ask you too much question?
No, man. Go.
Oh. I just want to know, you know. No, I'm not the way there.
What? What is a financial habit?
Yeah.
No, apart from the budget, see?
Yeah.
Which will kind of allow you to really to look at where your money going, what you're spending on. Does this make sense? Is this necessary? See? And then also doing the investment, making the investment automatic. So you don't get the money in your hand. Because when people have money in their hand, some of them turn fool, you know. They just buy until it's done. So with the investment, with the automatic now, where you automating your savings now, is that the money don't reach to you. Before it reach to you, it gone in your investment, so you have less to spend. So you find that you will have to live from what you have. See, so that will help you to manage. If your hand too free, see, I would recommend that you ensure that you take out the money before it reach your hand. So it's less in your hand, so it forces you to manage. It becomes necessary at that point in time.
All right, one next question. Budgeting. Sometimes we write down a budget and so forth. You have an app, like a budget app.
Yeah, man, you can.
What you recommend?
You can use an app, you know. There's a lot of budget app out there. But me just use a simple Excel template where I set out my income at the top and my expenses. And then whether or not me are running a surplus or me are running a deficit.
Okay.
Yeah, you can write it in your book if you want. Yeah, but I mean, ideally you can use a spreadsheet for those familiar with. You can use them Excel spreadsheet. And you can track it. You do it like over a 6-month period.
Okay.
And put projection, you put in what? Because you know, say, boy, your insurance and all of those things. You come up, you put those things. And, you start put aside whatever your expenses or whatever your plans going down the road, you put in those and things.
All right, noted. Thank you.
I'm going to just put a little personal experience in it, right? Like, for me, anytime cash coming on my hand, I get excited, right? And like this alarm just going on my head, how can I get rid of this money, right? And the best way to get rid of the money is to spend it. So, me putting some safety net now, as Brother Dwight say, right, where, because I know I have a issue that I am recovering from in terms of the addiction to spending. Most times my clients pay me, I don't take cash, right? Let them transfer the money to my account. The second thing is, like for my primary savings, Tammy, are you listening? For my primary savings, I put that money at a bank where me know me have to go join line in order to go forget that money. Right? You see, through me no like join line or something, you know that money is going to be very, very difficult to come back to me. We have two.
I'll add something to that one,
right,
Pastor. So persons, and what I've heard from some persons too, is that For the account that the saving goes into, them not have no card to that account. They don't take a debit card for that account. So you have to join line. And when you're going on the bank and see the line, you turn back. Yes, so some people do that as well.
Yes, man. And I was sharing also that someone here was talking about debt and how they have to do extra hours at work. Now, a couple weeks ago, I heard one of the weirdest statements, but it don't leave my head. Somebody worked like about $5,000 for the day, and the person say, like somebody beg them my money, and them say, you know how long it take me to work my $5,000? If we should look at our money that way, if we say how much effort you have to put in, think about it, $5,000 would house, right? Or even for your salary for the week, say you make $25,000-$30,000. Look at the amount of work and effort where you have to put in just to get that amount. Tell me now, you are going to feel good in yourself and be careless with it? No. Brother Flemings was talking about sometimes you run into bad debt and you have to put in extra hours at work just to cover the loans and so forth. The thing is, as Brother Dwight was saying, most of us say back to school is coming up in August, right? We start prepare for back to school July. Sure. But can you imagine if from January after Christmas you start put on $3,000 or $5,000 a month, right? When that time come, you don't have to go take out no loan, you know. Sure. You don't have to go take out no loan. I think we have to look at our approach and our discipline. Sure. Approach and discipline, I think, will cause us to change and actually start to see the benefits. Yes, Elder Ayat. Who is it? Oh, yes, go ahead.
Okay, so while you were talking about budget, I did a quick one, and basically I can't afford to live because my monthly spending
exceed your income.
About $285,000 a month.
How you survive? How you survive? Tell me how you survive. You survive by loan?
No. I guess grace and mercy. Because my salary, approximately, because my insurance, my investment, they come out of my pay before it hit my account. So my monthly salary is approximately $75,000 a month. And for me to be spending $285,000 a month is crazy. I do have a business, but it's not like every month I make something from that business. And I can't see how it works.
Grace and mercy. But the thing is that we have to be deliberate in fixing the leak. Because so you probably have to look at the expenses.
The expenses?
You have.
are a must.
They are must.
They're a must. I can.
Then what about?
Apart from
what about the
my,
income?
Apart from my partner,
Mm-hmm.
if I should take out that, it would be $180,000 per month, and those expenses are a must, like school, house, and everything.
So what about the income?
The income not change right now.
No possibility for increase it. But you say you have a business
Yeah,
on
I
the
have
side.
a business, yes, but it's not like every month income or,
Or it's
you know,
it's more ad hoc.
sometimes it will work out,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes I would go like months without doing any business for that.
Oh. Well, the truth, I was there once, and I can tell you my approach. So it meant that I had to go back to school because I realized, boy, the job just now cut it. So, No, but, all right. But that is an investment. So if you have a look, you have to look at it to say that I'm going back to school. This is an investment, but in the long run, it's going to increase my income. Because at this point in time, the income is just too small. So the way to expand the income is to expand your mind. Or you have to go spend some time more on the business. So it can be more it can be ad hoc. You have to get it more consistent. So if the business can't work, think about going back to school. See how you can expand.
The business can work, because sometimes for just one day I can make $100,000 from the business, and but sometimes it's not like that every time.
Well, you need something more consistent, so you have to work on the schooling. Yeah. You have to work on the schooling. Schooling, if you can do, and I suggest that if you can, go back or retool, think about how you can elevate yourself in order to grow your income. That's my advice. Look at that. How can I, if it is that you have to go back to school, you have to go back. You have to go back because it's not going to happen right now, But over time, by you going back and you start to go, change your job and more money start coming, things will be better. That's all. Well, I tell you, I was in that situation too, where the income, make. And my old man said to me, boy, said, Dwight, just finish school. Oh, you have to go back to school again. I said, Daddy, right now, at the way things is right now, really and truly, I don't have any choice because there's no way I can move forward with this qualification that I have. So it's by going back to school, retool, that I was able to, move forward. And that are like 3-4 years worth of schooling and that, 3-4 years of suffering that, But it pay off eventually. So look, so it's going to take a sacrifice now, but you have to make the sacrifice because you basically, if you don't make the sacrifice, you're going to in the trap same way. Same square one. Any more questions?
All right, bless the Lord, everybody. All right, so I've been listening, and I've been listening and learning, and have already started to make some changes, in my mind. The business I run, and in all honesty, and I hope this can help somebody. When I started out, I never really know what I do, but I thought I knew what I was doing. And a lot was invested in that business, but I kept making bad business decisions, and a whole heap of money we invest went down the drain. One of the things I think happened to, I did not market my business properly. And based on where it used to be, if you don't market it, nobody not gonna know it's there. So that nice stuff and so forth, but it wasn't out there, and that's on me. So it's like you're buying the stuff, make bad decision concerning the money coming in. So it's like you're buying the stuff, but you're not seeing anything coming from it. However, I changed location and changed my approach in a lot of ways. Because once upon a time, it was really mostly held up by my husband. Like, he really pumped into it a lot, and God bless favor otherwise. But one of the things I'm proud of now is that I can actually buy back goods for the business without have to go into him every minute. Every now and again, you have hiccups. But one of the things I heard persons talking about loan the other day, Christmas season, and based on what I sell, I did not see the money. And however, it was brought to my attention, I can get, what do you call it now? I could get a loan without interest, a non-interest loan. But what I did before I took the loan was know how I'm going to pay it back. Because I said, I'm not going to take the loan unless I know. So you see the same partner where we knock, give God thanks for it. Because like you said, one of the things with partner is you don't have to wait till the end of the year. And if you have good people throwing your partner with, it works. And I see wearing myself, I'm not gonna lie, Christmas, I sold and I could pay back one of my loan fully in cash. But I realized that kind of go down again. So, and I'm not marketing it like I was during the holidays. The other thing is I don't take a salary from, and that's my only business per se. So I don't have a salary. I invest in partner from the business for the business. That's what I do. So every now and again, probably take a hand fee, top up something. But how do I go forward to keep it afloat and get a salary from it? Because that's the only business I have. Mind you, I don't even register the business. Yeah.
Normally, that's the first place to start. Get your business formally registered. And then, so, it seems as if, all right, your marketing approach have to change. Because when you market, it seems like you get results, but you're not consistent.
Yep.
So you have to be more deliberate about it.
Do you think, all right, I was thinking, you
So-
have people out there that know how to run the online thing.
Yes.
So I was thinking of investing in paying somebody
All right.
that can
Yes.
keep it going online on the Instagram and the this and the that. Because when
Here on now. That can work, but you would have to pay them for the business. So they probably would get a commission of your sales. Because you can't be paying somebody online for market your thing and you're not getting
no,
it.
man, I know persons that will do it at a low, like people that I know that is good at those things. They are out there, like they will,
like social media.
Yeah, man, they will do
out
the
there.
social media. Because I remember once I market, because what I sell is things where hair products, things like that, household items themselves. Because I get order all the way from P.O.W.E. This girl says she don't know Kingston, she's from the country. And I knew somebody going to P.O.W.E, so I just send up the hair and they collect the money. But I struggle with the consistency. I struggle with that. And at the same time, if it's the...
Well, the thing is that if you, as I said, if you are struggling with the inconsistency, then it means that you probably have to get help to deal with that. So if you can outsource it to somebody who it is their line of work and they're always on social media, because social media is really free marketing, If you have a business, you're supposed to have a social media presence,
Because I have a page.
A lot of people, young people, are enough of them, any decision that they make, it's based on what they see on social media. So you cannot have a business this day and age and don't have a social media presence. So, but if you are struggling with the inconsistency, then that you need to outsource it to somebody who that is their job. Yeah. But the truth is that some people, maybe that's not their line, you understand? So they probably would, feel comfortable, asking somebody to handle it. And if you can ask somebody to handle it, and at a low cost, and you're getting the business, then nothing is wrong with that.
Well, so Sister Yannick says she will help me in that area.
But then you mentioned a next thing too, though, in terms of getting the business to pay you.
Yes.
No, that comes with sales. Business can't pay you if you're not generating enough sales. So you have to go get the marketing right. And then once you get the marketing right, you get the products that the people them want, and you scale it, then that's how now you can pay yourself.
All right. Another thing you mentioned earlier, and I hear Bishop say it when him get the money, him just spend. More have a 200,000 or 300,000 but buy goods. In all truth, my goods will be there. But you see when you see the money, you want to buy everything put in the business. Because for me, as me get the money, thank God my mindset has changed. Because I'm free-handed. But now, I think, if you give me a money right now, the first thing me think about, what needed another shop. But I remember I got some money. I'm going to go for buy. And I tell you, I'm buy. What me say? Me have one 100 and something thousand. I say, no, man, I can't go and buy. Keep buying. And then I see, I still have 80,000. I'm going to find one next wholesaler, buy this. And then, somebody was saying to me, why yes, don't bother spend off the money I buy goods? Because leave back something just in case. And in all truth, when I do all of the buying and done the money, I have about 20 grand left. I realize that I have something for sort out concerning the business will cost 50 grand. So, like Bishop, so when you see a big money in your hand, you just want to spend. And you say you're doing a good thing because you're spending towards the business, but you can still sell, but using money foolishly.
Yeah, but the thing is that every business out there operate with some form of liquidity or cash flows. See? So there's no way you can operate a business and have all of the funds tied up in stocks. See? Most companies, them have stocks, them have them stock, but them have some invest in some short-term security. So if something they need to get something urgent, then can liquidate it and buy it. The other thing with buying though, come in, you have to be very deliberate in terms of what you buy. You have to look at what is moving. So you have to sit down and do your analysis and look at what people want, what a move. So it don't make sense you buy everything because they look pretty and have them in the shop. I sit down and I look and have the money tie up. If it is that you can only buy like 3 or 2 range of products, and say them and sell, just focus on those. Rather than I buy everything because you want to say, oh, you stock the shop well stock out. But it's stock out, but the goods are not move. And you only will make money when they start moving. So you can't buy everything. Look at what the market demands, and you focus on those things.
Yeah, I'm learning that now, because even today somebody came and asked me for the bread, and we have 6-pack in it, and I was saying people don't really ask for those.
Exactly.
And when I was at the other shop, me have every color in that bread, every length, and them just sit down. And eventually I had to sell them out.
Yeah, have a discount them,
yeah,
and you lose the money.
So what I do now is I realize that products sell. People love products. Man buy products even more than women at times. Because a lot of men grow their hair. So I'm trying to, focus and also see if I find like different companies or so forth that I can buy from in bulk. So that, I can get it more reasonable. But as I said, my struggle is the consistency with the marketing and also to get a salary from the business, because that cannot be my source of income as a business person, and yet I don't have a salary coming from it. So listening to you tonight, as I said, I may not ever say anything, but I like to listen before I speak.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things you said, I started to shift some things already
while
you were speaking.
But, true, you can't survive without a salary. See? So if the business is not paying you, it makes sense, you just shut it down and go look a job. Because how you take care of your family if you're not making a money from the business. So it comes to the point where now, so you have to look at it and say, boy, this is what I can afford to pay myself now. And I know most persons, even if it's a small amount, they have to take. Some people take a small amount, it might be very small, but then do take a small amount And then what they do over time is just try and grow the business so they can get a bigger money out of it. But you have to be very deliberate. So, boy, you need to reach at a stage where you can pay yourself. So you have to mean that you have to go set some goals. And the marketing, I know, have to be very consistent because you need to sell X amount of product a month time in order to get a salary. So you're going to put her under pressure now. Because the social media ads them have to up. Understand? But it can work. It can work. I mean, if you have an next source, you don't have to take it, you know. But how you survive if you you don't take a salary either. No, because you have a next source. You have a next source. But what about the people them where don't have no other source? They have to take. Why you in business? You're in a business to make money. And if you're not making money, it don't make no sense.
I think also why the salary is important, Sister Veronica, sometimes it curtails the indiscipline. Because you may get up and say, boy, you know what? So want shoes so, or so want dress so, and it will cost $10,000. And because you're not taking a salary, you just say, you know something, I'm going to just buy it here, man, and anything happen. And it may cause you to be overspending over a period of time. Other things pop up. So when you check the $10,000 just for the dress, but then $5,000 for shoes and $15,000 for that and that and that and that and that, and you realize that your expenditure is way more than your income. So it's better to have a salary, right? And as Brother Dwight said, as a business grow, you can adjust. You can adjust. But you don't want to just get up and spend like that.
True. But it's a good point that Pastor, because just from an accounting perspective too, it kind of adds some more structure to the business that, you know, you don't dip into the business every minute, every time you want something. You're taking out this out of the shop, you're taking out, you understand? So you have some money where you can use to, you know, meet your needs rather than dipping in the business every minute. Because some people don't take salary, you know, but then go in a shop and then take out this and then take out that. And that, it's not good on paper. It makes your accounting messy. And it's difficult to account for what is going on in the business. Because even though you're not taking a salary, you're taking out the goods out of the business anyway. Yeah. Better you take a salary sometime, cause at least you know, say, boy, you're getting $20,000 a week or whatever. And that you can account for it. Well, that's good. That's good, but well, at least you have another source, but some people don't.
Blessings again. All right, so I've been listening and I heard Sister Yannick talking. Sister Tamia not here. Sometimes we have to like change our mindset. So I had a business that I had was to close down, right? And my aunt introduced me to the business. So she making money off me. And I realized that every month I would have to be paying like a commission for this business that I am not making any money for, right? And for her, which is my aunt, she can see her way, like not often, but when sales make, she can make close to me ear, Yanika says she can make, but then it don't happen often. So now I have to change my mindset and I'm saying, why am I paying a commission for a business that I'm not making any money for. So there's so now I decide say, if me I pay this a month time, I can save it. So also I was in a partner and good partner, good people. But then I realized say, but I can't save my own money. Because partner is actually you saving your own money. So I have another account where I kind of start stash away. So I had a friend that him the going a little, him the short on some money. So I'm going at the account, I'm going to draw the money. I'm like, Mela, you always ask me for money, where you get money from? Well, so I explain to him and I say, well, you know, me did end up have to shut down the business and me I save the money there. Yeah. And me start save the money when I use for do the partner. So it all depends on your mindset and how determined you are. Right? And then it come back again where I couldn't draw a money and lend somebody certain amount of money and I'm like, but you always say you don't have the money. Yeah, I don't have the money for sure. Because this is like, you have to put it, because, all right, so I have 3 children that I help with. Thank God for their father, right? And I still have to think about if I'm dead tomorrow, how them I go, right? So when I say I don't have the money, I really don't have the money. Because if I take sick tomorrow, I have a budget, right? And when you talk about not living within our means, I realize that that is a major problem. Because I like dress up, and I like what my hair do. But in all honesty, it's been years. So me determine now, so I'm going 3 times for the year, I go dress up. Mother's Day, birthday, and Christmas. Because the rest of the time, it costs a lot of money. Before I become a Christian, when you talk about party and dress up and cut hair and color and all of that, yeah, but now, I start make wiser decision because it not beneficial. So, when me used to buy all slippers and shoes and all of them stuff there, I'm comfortable I wear 1 and 2 pair of shoes because I have a greater goal. You understand me? But yeah, the other day it hurt my heart because I went downtown and I bought almost $15,000 worth of shoes. And if somebody did tell me, say, when I go back to that, I'm like, it hurt my heart. Like, literally, because now me I look on that, me I say that a grocery money, because everything expensive. Like, my sister one time, she said to me, say, everything you talk about your kids, you talk about, because she have to dress up. I said, no, because the money when I spend, me have to think about that I want pack Alaska, this and that, a 2 pound of sugar right here. So, it all depends upon your mindset and what you want to achieve. Now, I heard you mention about pension. So, say for instance, you're putting away money for your pension, not the IRS one, right? If you die, or even the IRS one, who benefits from that?
A beneficiary.
Also, I can put like...
Yeah, man, you can put your kids on it.
Yeah, because my whole era surrounding...
Yeah, man.
And, yeah, okay, all right.
So you would have to... Normally, when you're completing the application, they ask for your beneficiary.
Okay.
And if your kids are below 18, you have to put like a trustee.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Sister Mel, if it's the same business that I'm in, if it's the same thing you're talking about, I can show you where you don't have to pay any monthly money You can just do it for yourself.
Sure.
And it is, you just have to market it and it will work. What else I was to say? Yeah, so if you want me to teach you how, I can do that if you're interested in doing it still.
Yeah. If you're talking about those type of business, you have to pay for like maintenance of website and all of those
No,
things.
it's
not that one.
traveling business. I'm in it. I don't pay maintenance. My
Oh,
business is
'cause
registered.
one was
and
brought to my attention.
yes, I was in that, but I got wiser
When
than
I
them,
assess it
and
I
I do
said-
my own thing, and I make good commission when I'm making commissions, and I don't pay any overheads. So it's just money commission that I make, I keep for myself.
Oh, okay.
It don't go to a company for them to send it back to me or anything. Everything that I do comes to me.
Yeah, be very skeptical about any of those businesses that ask you to pay commission, or you need to pay a monthly maintenance fee to maintain your profile and all them something there. Listen to me, that's like a scam. If you have to pay to maintain your profile and you don't make get a dollar yet, you don't get a dollar in sale, but you have to be paying to maintain your profile, maintain website and all of them something. Them something they not benefit you.
Not everyone, because it benefits a whole lot of persons. It's just that the website you pay for, because if you're doing a website for yourself, you have to pay for a dominant, and basically that's what you pay for.
Oh, okay.
Because people can just go on your website and just do the booking, and commission will come to you, right? But it is expensive if you're not doing any business, if you're not marketing yourself, and you're not doing what it takes for a person to know that you have a business and for them to book with you. It's going to cost you money every month, and you're not making anything in return.
Sure.
So that is the downfall for that. But it's a really good business if you know how to operate it. And
The
travel business.
Travel business.
Yes. But as I said, I found out a way. I do it for myself. I don't have any overheads, anything. I just do the booking commission comes directly to me. My business is registered, everything. So
okay. All right. So I guess that's it. Over to Pastor.
So can we give Brother Dwight a round of applause? I feel like we could do a follow up with this, because I realized that more persons were coming out now and starting to share. So we want to thank you, sir, for your presentation tonight, and I really hope that it is helping us to with our future endeavors. I want to say to us also, as we spoke about the passive income or the side hustle, if you want to make a real impact, don't just think about doing what everybody else is doing. Look at what is needed in society. Right? If you really want to get to that place of financial independence and so, look at something that is needed, right? And say, oh, you can implement that service. One of the things I realize is that a lot of the industries are saturated, right? Even in the transport industry, it's saturated, right? Everything's saturated. Yeah. Or a better product. Right. So if you're not going to be able to do that, it makes no sense. Right. So if you are gonna do what is around you find a way to be better at it. And then you know. So my encouragement to you is to pray and ask the Lord to guide you with different ideas and so forth as to how you can. Two, the indiscipline with spending, right? We have to identify it and see how best we can curtail it, right? Many business persons, many successful business, a whole heap of trial and error and failures and start over and so forth. So sometimes, even in doing your own business, you may have to go through that. But don't get close to having your chip lick like Sister Stacy. We lose $40,000, right? The truth is, sometimes you lose way more than that in trying, but you have to keep on trying. And if you can see the $1 the same way you see $1 million, any day we learn that, any day we take that approach, we realize how much money we would have wasted over the years. Anytime you see $1, the same way you see $1 million, you realize how much money you have wasted. So thank you all for coming out. Can we stand at this time, please? It's now 11:15. All right, so just bow your heads, please. I'm going to ask Pastor Randall to close us off in prayer. Somebody just stretch a microphone to him.
Hallelujah, Jesus. Most righteous, eternal Father, we bless, we glorify, we acknowledge you. We thank you for another night. It's another opportunity that we can be edified. We thank you for the presenter. We thank you for our bishop to come in with this medium of knowledge to your people, God. We thank you for those who are here. We thank you for those who are on the platform of the social media. We thank you, God, for every ounce of knowledge, every fraction, every ounce. And we thank you, oh God, for protection. We thank you, oh God, that no weapon that form against us shall prosper. We thank you, God, for the provisions that you have given us. We cover every medium of transportation, even now. As we're about to leave, we pray and we give you thanks. In the mighty name of